Hey folks, the Earthlings. Welcome to Decoding the Earth, the podcast where we dig deep into the layers of our planet to uncover the fascinating stories beneath our feet and sometimes even above our heads. I'm your host Raihan Ghani, a geologist and professor here to bring the rocks to life. Each episode will explore how geology shapes us by shaping the world around us. Ready to decode the earth? Let's rock. Today we are stepping off the diamond, or should I say onto it, because we are diving into the fascinating story of baseball's magic mud. Yes, mud, the very substance that keeps America's pastime running smoothly. You might be wondering, what does mud have to do with geology and baseball? Turns out, everything. In fact, geoscientists from UPenn recently teamed up to demystify this baseball legend. Ready to dig in? Every Major League Baseball has something in common before it hits the field. It's rubbed down with a very special type of mud known as Lena Blackburn rubbing mud. This substance has been a closely guarded baseball tradition since the 1930s. Why? New baseballs right out of the box are sleek, too sleek to be used in a game. Players, especially the pitchers, need better grip, and this mud provides just the right texture without being sticky. But here's what it gets interesting. Major League Baseball has tried and failed multiple times to find synthetic replacements for this unique rubbing mud. This isn't just any ordinary mud. It is carefully scooped from a secret location along the Delaware River in the New Jersey. And for decades, no one truly knew what made it so special. In comes the science. Geoscientists recently analyzed this mysterious mud to understand its unique properties. About half of the mud is made up of quartz, silt, and sand, giving it a subtle grit. The other half, a blend of smectite clays with traces of mica, kaolinite, and illite, typical components of river mud in the region. But here's the magic. The clay and water mix in just the right proportions to create a smooth, adhesive residue that coats each baseball evenly. Meanwhile, the fine sand grains and a touch of friction giving pitchers a better grip without making the ball too sticky. The end result? A substance that paints like a lotion but grips like a sandpaper, providing the perfect texture players rely on to control their pitches with precision. What's fascinating is how this small tradition ties into larger geological processes. The story of magic mud is also the story of sediment transport, river systems, and the weathering of rock over millions of years. Without the specific geology of the Delaware River Basin, its bedrock, hydrology, and sediments, this mud simply wouldn't exist. And here's a fun fact. Major League Baseball uses about 10 pounds of this mud every season. But thanks to the natural replenishment of sediment by the river system, the supply is sustainable. Lena Blackburn, the man behind the mud's fame, wasn't even a geologist. He was a coach looking for a solution. His discovery of the rubbing mud in 1938 launched a tradition that continues today, bridging geology with sports in a way no one could have predicted. This story reminds us that geology isn't just about rocks and tectonic plates. It's about understanding how the earth shapes the world we live in, often in surprising ways. So, the next time you're watching a baseball game, take a moment to think about the mud behind the magic. It's a great reminder that geology is everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Just as engineers take inspiration from nature through biomimicry, the future of materials might lie in geomimicry, drawing insights from the earth itself. Thanks for joining me on Decoding the Earth. Next time, we'll uncover another fascinating topic. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the rocks. You never know what you might discover. Wishing you a happy Earth. A special thanks to Professor and Geologist Nahid Gani for directing and producing this podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things geology. See you next time on Decoding the Earth.